stopped in the woods, and if you're wondering why, well, you know, I needed a piss, so I'm suitably camouflaged. There's a beautiful field just behind me actually, and sometimes I do stop and do my morning meditation in the woods, but the trouble is, you know, you get flies buzzing around and you'd be on the point of some kind of revelation and a mosquito will start buzzing around your lug hole or something. It pisses me off. So I'm more of a man-made temple guy, I'll be honest with you. I like the feel and the atmosphere of candles and incense in an enclosed space. You know, I'm more that way, but I can take it either way, you know. And talking of meditation, I feel like I'm approaching completion of step 2 over the next couple of weeks or so on the initiation into Hermetics, and doing an hour each end of the day meditation, so that's 2 hours a day, all the various exercise mixed, you know, a mixed bag. Obviously keeping the diary. I forgot to mention as well actually that I gave up smoking. I was actually vaping before I began this, and I moved on to the Nicorette inhalers, and now it's completely out of my life, and so that's another little, you know, another little positive achievement there. You know, when you're spending that much time in meditation and you're starting to look, this cliche of, you know, calming down and becoming spiritual and more relaxed and that, I don't altogether buy it. I mean, either you're gonna grow up or you're not. I mean, you know, it's going to teach you certain things. You know, your underlying psychology is always there though. It's always there. It's kind of how you handle it and going in and facing it and thinking about it more, and obviously with the soul mirrors and that kind of thing, you know, there is going to be progress. And I hope I don't sound lazy here. I just think it takes longer than just deciding that you're gonna, you know, that you're gonna do that. And with morality, there's a lot of ambiguity. I mean, you know, Bardon was writing in the 50s where I think it was a little bit more clear cut in terms of, you know, how you should and shouldn't behave. You know, not entirely. There was all kinds of shit going on, but there's whatever your pleasures are, you know, whatever you're into, it's a lot more accessible and a lot more acceptable these days. And it's difficult to know, you know, where to draw the line exactly. Something that you just have to try and make the best decisions that you can. But, you know, talking about meditation, you know, when you're driving to work and there's some twat like 12 inches from the back of your car, and like nothing will ever be good enough for this person, that monkey brain, you know, always looking at everyone else. I mean, look, if we just generalize this, people always looking at what everyone else has got, always competing, they're never satisfied, they're always in a fucking rush, they have to keep constantly consuming. I mean, especially on the way home, you think, you know, what are you in a rush to get home for? Because all you're going to do is get in, eat, sit on your ass watching some dumb fuck television program all night. More than likely. Not all of them, of course, but more than likely, most of them, that's exactly what they'll do. It doesn't mean they're entirely bad people, and, you know, I know it sounds very judgmental of me, but let's face it, there are a lot of fucking dumb fucks that we got to deal with day to day, and they ain't going to go away. And one of the surprising, you know, side effects of meditation is that that's going to become more apparent. They're actually going to become, in a way, there's more of a contrast. You know, you're someone that's living with all the same struggles up to a certain point, but you're aware that this life is, you know, not the end, that there is a, you know, there are multiple dimensions stretching off, that you have a relationship with, you know, gods and goddesses and spirits and nature and destiny, and there's especially on the point of destiny, there's a feeling whereby you're working hard to try and be who you're supposed to be, you know, trying not to waste that opportunity. But it comes with a certain relaxed attitude towards accepting that this is your mission. And I find it really, really odd. I mean, imagine living without that, where it's just stimulus. I mean, you know, you might have family members that you love and people you care. You know, most people are not. You know, even the most vile people tend to have a few redeeming qualities. Yeah. But imagine living like that, where it's just all about he said, she said, gossip, bullshit, this job, that job, competing, looking at everyone else, never being satisfied, always in a rush. It's always over the hill, it's always over the hill, until you're over the fucking hill, it's too late. Then you become a miserable, poisoned fuck, even more jealous, even more frustrated, until you probably end up, you know, with some serious disease which was half caused by the misery of your own existence. And then when you die, what? I mean, what, you haven't really created anything, have you? You haven't made an impression upon the astral. So I think it's about making an impression upon the astral, which resonates into the, you know, the mental, the spiritual world. If you take on board all of these traditions, if you can feel it, it's intuitive, it makes sense, it fits, and most importantly, it makes everything better. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, morning, evening, whatever the fuck you're doing. Do it well. God bless.